Mabanta from the news company Quartz, digital only. You're making good money, right?
It's not bad. So far, so good. We're still around.
How are you making money?
So largely through premium advertising, although we also have an events business and a creative services business, so really trying to diversify. But yeah, largely through premium brand experiences.
So is that like, would you call that traditional advertising models?
Not at all. So, in our view, traditional advertising models, banner ads and so forth, and totally not paying attention to the user experience, really hasn't worked so well for digital media, particularly as mobile has become more and more prominent.
So how do you handle that differently?
So what we've done is approach how we design our experiences as a holistic experience that the user has. So not just the advertisement in a box per se, but as part of a larger content engagement.
So that's what you mean with premium advertising. You work with the advertisers to make the experience better?
Yep, so everything is completely custom that we do. So rather than signing a deal, saying give us your banner ad and we'll put it on our site, we say what are you trying to do? What are your goals? And here's what we know about our audience, and here's something we can create for you.
And how does it work for advertisers?
How does it work for advertisers?
Yeah, do you have happy advertisers?
Oh yeah.
Don't say no. But
Oh, they're very happy. 90% of our advertisers have come back to do business with us.
What works well? What works less well?
I think that the custom nature of it and our very heavy focus on design and really thinking about what you as the user, would enjoy has a lot to do with the engagement in the end.
Contextual as well?
Textual?
Contextual, related to articles?
Yes. So generally advertisers come to Quartz because they know that they're going to reach the business professional, the high income reader for the most part. So they have opportunity to kind of be around content that excites that type of user.
And how big is your audience?
So we reach about 20 million people globally right now, and that's about 55% in the US and then the rest international.
Your second revenue stream is events, you said? Can you tell me about it?
Yeah, we have a conference business. Actually, next week in San Francisco is our main conference called The Next Billion, which is all about the emergence of mobile and how it's really, really kind of taking over the world. And so, yeah, we do this conference every year, and that's one of them. And we also do smaller events that are more exclusive and focused on gathering an executive audience.
And your third revenue stream was?
So we're kind of experimenting with a bunch of different revenue streams right now. We think there's a lot more that can be done when it comes to helping brands tell stories. So how can we push out the boundaries of great content even further for brands? And we think there's opportunity in that.
So what's your dream on that side?
What's our dream?
What do you want to get your revenues from?
So our dream is to have advertising and brand experiences truly be something that users can find value in. So you think about a lot of business brands, right? Brands like Goldman Sachs, for instance, who have been doing research and doing business in and around the world for many, many years, and they have these research teams. They have PhD economists on their staff. There's real expertise there, and so the challenge is how do you take that trusted expertise and get it to people in a way that's credible and enjoyable and additive to the user.
So, for instance, a financial analyst is news. He can produce news, but he's from Goldman Sachs, so it can be a brand experience at the same time.
Exactly, yeah. So GE, for example, one of the pieces that they ran as advertising on Quartz was actually written by their chief economist. And so it was branded content, but chief economist of GE, and you can imagine that that's a very smart person who's producing great content, and so it actually fits in really nicely with the overall experience.
That's different for a brand like Coca-Cola or Porsche.
Yeah, it is different, certainly. So the brands that we tend to work with are blue chip brands that are trying to attract a business person or a luxury consumer for the most part. So we do work with Porsche actually and other more consumer brands, and for them it's a little different. For them, maybe it's not expertise on the global economy, but it is still, it does still have attributes that the audience values, such as beautiful design and craftsmanship, and what's the history of this technology. That actually for cars in particular, technology tends to be very interesting.
Right. So the technology side of a car is newsworthy as well.
The technology side, and the consumer experience and diving deeply into that. So we've done these amazing ads where you can actually go in the car and take a look around, and you can imagine that type of reader who enjoys those luxury experiences actually getting immersed in that.
What's the future of Quartz itself? What will it be in 5 years?
That's a great question.
You don't know.
Nobody knows. No, the whole thing with Quartz is that we try to be very nimble and try to really pay attention to how the world is changing around us and then react quickly. And the world's changing fast, so I can't say exactly where we'll be, but you can imagine that mobile will continue to become more and more predominant, and we actually believe that there's still a lot of work that can be done to really reinvent that experience of news on mobile. So you can imagine that we'll do some more experimentation around that.
Great, thank you.